AVC Sports presents high school basketball. Tonight's game is brought to you by Doan Ford, Patrons Buckeye Mutual Insurance, WV Green Insurance, West 40 Auto Sales, Southeastern Med, Valentine Insurance, and Papa John's of Cambridge.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome once again to high school basketball. Tonight on 97.7 WILE, it is the lid lifter, tip-off time, the opener.
The lid lifter.
The lid lifter.
Christmas in November.
All those things.
All of those.
Bill Kafury, Adam, Davenport courtside. We are at Gary Ankrum Memorial Gymnasium, West Muskingum High School for the opening game of the 22-23 season. Lots of knowns, lots of unknowns in game one tonight. And we're going to talk a little bit about those in our pregame. And want to thank you for joining us. Tonight's game being carried live on WILE Radio 97.7. Also streaming the video on YRPtv or AVC Sports Facebook page. So if you didn't know that, you can jump in there and catch the action live tonight as well. And AD, good to be here with you once again. Blue and white versus the blue and gold.
I'll tell you what, it's going to be a great first night. You know, when I was driving over the game tonight, I always think to myself, I wonder how coaches go about setting up their schedule, right? Different rhythms for a lot of different teams when you're trying to find an opponent. Sometimes you like to try to test yourself right out the gates. Sometimes if you have a really strong returning team and you have very high expectations, you almost want to have that kind of knockout game right for the first opener of the night to try to get your team's expectations, get them moving in the right direction. Sometimes you like to have a patsy, right, and just try to get off the side and get off to a win. I think tonight when they were building this schedule out, I think they set up saying this is going to be a very good test for both programs to see where they're at the very start of their season in terms of their size, in terms of, we'll talk through some of the strengths and challenges both teams are going to be facing. But I really believe that when whoever was drawing this matchup up for game one really said there's a bunch of unknowns, this could be a really fun game to start off with.
Well, these two teams played each other a year ago at Cambridge. Bobcats able to come up with a win there, one of only 6 wins the Cats were able to put together in Kyle Pertusic's first year. Last year, they were a young, inexperienced team a year ago, although they had a lot of seniors, not much varsity experience. They returned 2 seniors who have lettered for a couple years or more. But again, not much experience on this Bobcat team, but a lot of youth, a lot of athleticism, and a lot of enthusiasm. And he's looking forward to good things, but there might be some growing pains with that.
Well, I think there's 2 things that when I look at Cambridge and think about their offseason program. So everybody uses different, media platforms to follow, and I love watching Cambridge basketball on their Twitter feed and seeing how many kids, they start calling it Breakfast Club, right? How many young, youthful kids come into the gym early to get shots up. That's always a great sign and encouragement around guys' commitment and wanting to get better. The other thing is, to your point, you've got 3 returners, right? 2 of which are seniors, and really between Caden Moore and Davion Barr, 2 seniors who have a lot of game experience. I think it's going to be really telling for those 2 individuals in particular to really be able to say, how do you set the tone for the young guys to follow early, right? If you're able to kind of, not just at the games, but in practice, if you're able to move at a certain pace, do things a certain way, and then when the game comes, really be the one to amp guys up and calm them down when you need to, then you've got a good chance at getting the young guys to really kind of buy in and get their feet underneath them pretty quick. When you have senior leadership that kind of does the other way, and they become a little disoriented, maybe disengaged, they tend to actually be a little hot-headed and just make careless mistakes. Unfortunately, the unintended consequence that comes is that becomes acceptable for everybody else, and that's a hard cycle to break. So I think that puts a ton of pressure, and it's a good pressure, but it puts a ton of pressure and expectation on Davion Barr and Caden Moore to not only play well, but to lead well. And that'll tell a lot about tonight.
Well, how much of their experience leading the football team, those two guys were record setters for the Bobcats on the gridiron, and both, we'll find out this week when the all-state teams are, I'm sure they're both going to be first team or second team all-state football players. They were outstanding leaders and performers there. The stage wasn't too big for them there. Different sport here. This isn't either one of these athletes a sport, I would say, but it's one they both can excel. Yeah. And with a lot of young guys around them, to your point, you got to lead those young guys and get them prepared to play in games at the speed that they may not be used to.
Yeah, but I would push back on you there and just say I believe it's easier if you have good leadership in those other sports. Basketball is an easier game to dictate that because of the number of guys on the floor at one time. If I've got two great leaders and they're stellar athletes, but they play football, baseball, right? Pick your sport. If they play baseball or football, then they're 2 of 11 on the field at one time. They're 2 of 9. When you talk about basketball, you're 40% of the team on the court at one time. And so that smaller number can make a bigger impact faster.
Well, let's walk down the scorers table to the other bench and talk a little about the Tornadoes tonight, who are in a totally different situation. Big year. A year ago, they've got 4 of 5 starters, seniors coming back. For Coach Rinkus. They had a good year last year, made it into the district tournament, and expect to continue to do more good things this year.
Yeah, you look at the West End side of it, right? And so they were 14 and 11 last year. And what's really unique about this team, I don't think I've ever seen a roster constructed where you have 5 seniors and 4 sophomores and no juniors. That is such a unique roster. I don't think that's done intentionally, right? But it's such a unique roster creation that'll be interesting to see how that plays out. At the same time, with the 5 seniors coming back, 3 players, Jack Porter, Jacob Allen, and Noah Ray, all 3 different levels of All-MVL last year. The 3 of them combined for almost 30 points a game. And it wasn't that one main scorer. It was 10, 10, and 8, right? So I think you look at a lot of those where it's going to be really unique for the West and the Cambridge side is once you get past those first 3, right, the 3 returners for West, the 3 returners for Cambridge, then the unknown is going to happen for both teams of inexperience coming through with sophomores who have maybe played some JV, played some varsity, maybe they came straight from freshman ball. Both teams, when they get into the second level, whichever of those younger kids can play well under this first stage, I think is where a lot of the difference makers come from.
Had a chance to talk to Coach Pertusit before tonight's game, and he talked a little bit about the things the Cats have done well, and he expects them to do well early, and some things that could be challenges. And they've run the ball well when they get up and down the court. He's curious to see how the young guys, he's going to play a lot of young guys tonight. Some freshmen are going to get some PT. So that's a concern. How do those guys play a little bit? The old saying is you can count on getting at least 1 loss for every sophomore you're playing. I don't know what it means for freshmen, but that could be a concern. And he said the thing that he's concerned with is how well they will defend, how well they'll be able to communicate, and with that, they're not big. They got to hit the boards and box out.
Yeah. It's so interesting. Last year, right, Coach Pertusit's first season at the helm, you come into a team that even though you don't necessarily have a ton of returning lettermen, you have a ton of seniors. And sometimes it's hard to really experiment and give guys a lot of opportunities early in the year because you're brand new and you have all these seniors. You kind of want to ride with them for a little bit to see what they can or can't do. This year, I really believe, gives him an opportunity to really explore the court, so to speak, and say, we can work on different, I'd say formations, but we can work on different lineups, different matchups. We can try a lot of different things because if you're going to play a bunch of young, unproven talent, the reality is it's not just enough to put them on the court and see what they can do. You also have to give them different objectives. So you might try them out and try to press to try to make it a fast-paced game. Or you might try to say on offense, we're going to run a lot of scripted plays because I want to corral them and see how they can be disciplined, right? All of those different things, it's going to feel like the first few games like they're working through a Rubik's Cube. But at the end of the day, you hope that you ultimately land on that lineup coming out of Christmas going into January of now I really kind of know what those 7 or 8 guys are going to be continuously playing.
West End JVs came out victorious in tonight's earlier contest, 51-34 game. They actually trailed at halftime. Bobcats played well the first half, did not get after it in the second half, and the Tornadoes came back for the win in the preliminary contest. Concern maybe from Coach Pertusic that his varsity squad might follow a similar script. You got a lot of enthusiasm to come out opening night, first quarter. There's a lot of emotion and a lot of get up and go. But as the game goes on and you settle back into what you do, how well do you do that?
Yeah, it's so funny the way you kind of position it. I think what really happens for a lot of programs is oftentimes you talk about wanting to get off to a fast start, right? I want to get off to a fast start. I want to set the tone, dictate tempo, and figure out where we're going to go from there. In this game, when it's the first game of the year, it's not that you just want to come out and say, pedal to the metal, let's see where we can go. You're almost really trying to get your guys to be set up to see how they can withstand the first blow, right? Can you hold up when it doesn't come right away the way you want it to go? And if you can kind of just get through that first quarter of feeling it out and getting everybody's legs in on the same page and just withstand whatever comes, then you normally feel a lot better going into the second quarter to say, now let's put the pedal down and see where we can get to.
I want to thank Brad Klein, our on-site engineer, director, producer. He does everything.
Yeah.
Including drive the bus and get us drinks. And Jaron Aber, somewhere in the house, doing the video for us. Those guys do a great job. BK, AD here. The lid lifter.
I was called a lot of things growing up. I don't think lid lifter was ever one of them. Now, if you're talking about like a KFC bucket lid or something like that, okay, I get where you're coming from.
I'm sure you got into that a little bit.
But if you're talking about my jumping ability, I don't know if we're in the right spectrum.
Hey, tonight's game being brought to you on the radio at 97.7 WLE and streaming video on Your Radio Place TV. Also, AVC Sports Facebook. Want to thank our sponsors for tonight's game. West 40 Auto, Valentine Insurance, Papa John, Southeastern Med, WB Green Insurance, Patrons, Buckeye Mutual Insurance, and Doan Ford. We're going to step out. We'll come back with our opening lineups in tonight's tip-off right after these messages.
Research shows listeners prefer a personalized experience. So to help you remember, Liberty Mutual customizes your home insurance. We personalize this ad for Amber, who really misses boy bands from the 90s.
Hey girl, I'm the cute one, here to tell you how Liberty Mutual customizes your home insurance so you only pay for what you need.
I'm the heartthrob. The only thing I love more than you is Sadie. And I'm the other boy in the band everyone forgot about.
Just happy to be here.
Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
The best part about taking ZQuil Pure Z's Sleep Plus Next Day Energy at night is actually the next morning. I wake up alert with none of the grogginess from taking too much melatonin. Pure Z Sleep Plus Next Day Energy is a bilayer tablet with immediate release melatonin and extended release B vitamins to help me fall asleep naturally and wake refreshed. It's my secret weapon for a great night's sleep and a great morning.
Hi, Mom. Hi, Mom.
Can't beat that.
ZQuil Pure Z's Gummies. Sleep better, wake your best.
I was sitting in my car and it wouldn't start. I lifted the hood and the engine was falling apart. What would I do? My eyes filled with tears. Then on the radio I heard of West 40 by Pay here, where for a little money down and a little each week, I could have a car, nice, shiny, and sleek. So I walked in the door and I put the money down. Now I got a nice car that I can drive around. West 40 by Pay here will help rebuild your credit. The corner of Dewey and Route 40 in Cambridge, don't you forget it.
West 40 Auto Sales, corner of Route 40 and Dewey Avenue in Cambridge, is home of the guaranteed credit approval, with most loans approved while you wait. Go to their website to fill out an online loan application, west40autosales.com. You'll also find their weekly special listed there.
Are you paying too much for homeowners insurance? Has your insurance company raised your deductible? Hi, this is John Valentine with Valentine Insurance. Many people can't accurately answer these questions. With many premiums escrowed into mortgages, homeowners don't pay attention to changes to their policies anymore. It's time you visit Valentine Insurance for a true, no-obligation review of your insurance policy. Call 994-1776 or stop by our office at 739 Southgate Parkway in Cambridge.
When it's game night, let Papa John's Pizza on Southgate Parkway feed your team after the game. Hey, this is Shannon. You can create your pizza with all your favorite toppings or pick one of our specialty pizzas like the Super Hawaiian, the Philly Cheesesteak, the Works, or the Fiery Buffalo Chicken. Don't forget we also have chicken poppers, wings, breadsticks, and cheese sticks too. Call 740-439-PAPA. That's 439-7272 or order from your phone at papajohns.com.
Welcome back to Gary Ankrum Memorial Gymnasium, West Muskingum High School. Tonight's tip-off game between the Tornadoes and the visiting Bobcats. Cats in their road blue uniforms will start, and actually, as you said, the throwback uniforms to the 92 championship year, and they look very, very nice.
Yeah.
I don't see any big double zeros out there.
There wasn't any then either.
Cats will start tonight with senior Davion Barr at 6'3", Caden Moore, another senior at 5'10", and a sophomore, Josiah Barnett, 5'9". Look for him to handle the ball a little bit, distribute it, but also get some shots up. Braden Gregg, 6'1" junior, and Devin Ogle, 6'2" junior for the Tornadoes. 4 seniors and a sophomore. The seniors, Jacob Allen at 5'10", Noah Ray, 6'1", Jack Porter at 5'11", Gage Newsom at 5'10", and the sophomore, Jacob Anton at 6'1", and a sophomore. Keys, as we always say, a couple keys to the game to get started here.
Well, listen, I think early on, we talked about how much youth both teams were going to have, how much inexperience. You just don't want to be the one to make the mistake.
Well, we've got a foul shot to start things off. I didn't hear the announcement, but obviously a technical foul. And shooting 2 free throws, Jack Porter steps up and knocks him down, and the Tornadoes are going to have the ball in a 2-0 lead. Typically, when that happens, that's a scorebook issue, maybe?
Well, you know, it's a good question. We've got to try and get to the bottom of that one.
Inbounded, Porter will have it in the backcourt. Bobcats in man-to-man defense. Anton off the dribble left side, back to Porter. Backdoor cut, and Barnett there to steal it away, push it up ahead. Barr down the lane, kick out. And the Cats will work the perimeter. Back to the left side. Barnett. DeMoore, top of the key. Braden Gregg, 3. No good off the rim and tipped out. Cats will keep it alive. And the Tornadoes tip it out of bounds. It will be a baseline play for the Bobcats, who trail it 2-0 early. Barnett on the trigger. Baseline right side. Goes out on top to Ogle. Right side. Gregg. Back over to Moore off the high pick and roll. Nothing there to Barr. Cats will reset top of the key. Now to Gregg. Uses the dribble. Back to Barr. Top of the key. Doesn't check the basket from that spot. Gets it back inside. Strong to the hoop. Lays it up and in. And the Cats will go some full court pressure. Tornadoes go over the top. No problem there. Allen. Back over to Anton. Swings it. Left side, Newsom. Back to the top of the key. Anton will hand it off. Pull up from the right wing is good for Porter. He's got all 4.
Yeah.
Tornado points, and they lead 4-2.
You know, it looks like Cambridge on offense is doing everything they can to keep doing pick and rolls with Davion Barr, trying to get him some easy layups and also maybe some mismatches.
He may be the most athletic person on the floor. They lob it into him again. He'll kick it out. 3 by Moore, passed up. He'll take it to the hoop, lay it off the glass short. Fight for his own rebound, kept alive. Barr takes it back up and in. That ball hit the ground. Barr was right there with it and laid it back in to tie it at 4 apiece. Full court pressure. Newsom across the timeline, all the way down the lane, puts up the runner, and they'll call the foul. Newsom was running out of steam a little bit, and Moore tried to draw the charge. Instead, he'll pick up the first foul of the year, and that's going to send Newsom to the line to shoot 2. 6:07 left opening period. Newsom's free throw, nothing but net. Breaks the deadlock, 5-4. Second one follows the first. Tornadoes will back up into the half-court D, man-to-man. Back out on top, Barr. Feeds it left side, Barnett. Down low. Barr kick out. Barnett 3 from the corner. Comes off short. Ogle rebound for the Bobcats to keep it alive. Looks inside, goes back up underneath. Had his shot blocked out of bounds. Trying to draw contact, but it will stay Bobcat ball. Right there was Anton at 6'1". He's long and lanky, too. Looks bigger than 6'1".
Yeah, without a doubt.
Barnett gets it into Barr, pushes his way open, and then on the way up does get to the line. And that foul is going to be on Jacob Anton. His first, team first, and a 2-shot opportunity for Barr. This was an Achilles heel for the Bobcats a year ago. They did not shoot free throws well as a team. Barr will drop the first one in here. And the Cats will have a substitution waiting at the bench. Eli Edwards to check in for Barr, who puts the second one up and no good. And the rebound comes down to Ray. They want to limit Barr's minutes tonight a little bit because he's coming off an injury in football. So that was the substitution waiting at the scorer's table. Backdoor cut. And the Cats come up with a loose ball. Barnett all the way down to Barr. He puts it up and fouled in the process. Could not get it to go hanging on the rim. And that foul is going to be on Noah Ray, his first, and another 2-shot opportunity for Davion Barr. 6-5 Tornadoes. Barr puts that one up short down off the front rim. He didn't practice for the first week or two of basketball practice due to a leg injury. And so he's not quite in the game shape for basketball yet as that one pops in and out. Ray with the rebound. Barr just 1 of 4 here early on. The Cats still trail by a point. Allen kicks it corner. Anton for 3. That's a brick. Comes back down to Allen on the weak side. He'll hand it back. Newsom pull up 15-footer. Good. Newsom drains it from the baseline. 8-5. Bobcats hustle it up, get it down to Ogle. And he knocked it in. They'll call that a charge. Wow. He was in the air, laying it in, and the defender right up underneath him, and that will be called a charge. Discount the basket, and Eli Edwards will get checked in for Davion Barr. Well, I don't know about that one, partner.
I'll tell you what, those bang-bang plays.
We'll run that one back a couple times. Down the lane, switch to the left hand. Porter has 6 now, and it's 10-5. Tornadoes with 4:40 left in the opening period. Without Barr in the game, he's been the center of the Bobcats offense. What do they go to next?
Yeah, I think you still see a lot of picks. The difference is I think you see Josiah, Barnett, and Caden Moore look to come off the picks and maybe either pull up for mid-range jumpers or try to get to the rim for a layup.
Ogle out on top, right side to Gregg. Almost halfway through this opening period. Back to Edward. Looks inside, Ogle not open. Now they squeeze it into him in traffic. He had 2 or 3 guys on him. Kick it back out, Barnett in the corner. Little hesitation there. Look, he wanted to shoot. Defender popped out on him and he got caught shuffling the feet. The Cats will turn it over and take a timeout. 4:05 left here in the first period. 10-5 Tornadoes. We'll take a break. Be back in 30 seconds.
Whether you are experiencing pain in your knee, tingling in your fingers, or a sore back, Superior Med Orthopedics is here for you. Their patients' health and safety is their top priority, and they currently offer telehealth visits for your initial appointment. Take comfort in knowing when you come to their facility, they're following all protocols to ensure you remain safe. Find out all their team offers by visiting seormc.org today to learn more.
Back at Ankrum Memorial Gym, 10-5 Tornadoes halfway through this opening period. You went into the sideline reporter and found out some information.
I did. We started this game off with a technical foul, and for you and I, we just started off like, well, this is interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know who. Maybe we're not giving the source out. But we had a Cambridge player during two-line layups dunk a ball in warm-ups, and it created a technical to start the game.
Well, there aren't very many guys that could do that, so we'll leave it up to the audience to figure that one out.
It's like playing Clue.
Yeah, there you go. Tornadoes with the lead in the ball. Hard to the hoop. Again goes Porter, and he's got 8 first-quarter points. Bobcats have no answer for him right now. They trail at 12-5. Moore outside the wing. Back to Barnett, and he'll pull it back out. Good man-to-man defense by the Tornadoes to the high post. And Edwards,
that's
on
actually
the catch, and the reach goes to Anton.
That's his second foul.
And Barr's going to check back in for the Bobcat. And Connor Hill, 6-foot sophomore, replaces Anton, who picked up his second foul. Ogle steps out, and for the Bobcats, Cohen Stoner. 5'11" junior for the Bobcats checks in. 3:33 left. Cats trail it 12-5. Stoner, good outside shooter. The Cats can get him a spot. Down low, Barr trying to back his way in, kicks it out. Moore 3 from the corner, off the rim. And Porter comes down with the rebound. We'll push it the other way. Tornadoes look to extend their lead. Pounds it into Ray. Pull-up jump hook. Good. Noah Ray in the book. And it's 14-5 Tornadoes. Failed to mention tonight's Coach Pertusset's birthday.
Oh.
There's only one thing he wanted for his birthday, and it's not happening right now.
Yeah, it's early in the game still.
Gregg from the foul line, short of the mark. Newsom with the rebound. Cats getting one look and done here for the most part this first quarter. 2:40 in counting. Ray hands it off. Porter down the lane. Step back from 15. Good. Jack Porter on fire to start the season.
He is playing well.
Oh.
I'll tell you, and you haven't seen West go to that bench yet very much. We talked about the 3 All-NBL guys from last year. They have not stepped off the court.
Barnett, right corner for the Cats. And tried to get it to Moore out on top. Throws it away. Cats second turnover, I believe. And that'll get Connor Paima into the game, 6'3" senior.
Replaces Noah Ray.
Replacing Noah Ray.
Count on me.
2:10 left in the opening period, 16-5. Paima back to Porter. Back to Paima, couldn't handle the bounce pass, and the Cats will come up with it. And a foul. Paima a little out of control, chasing that one down, and he'll pick up that foul. 4th on the team. His first. And a little man-to-man full-court pressure applied by the Tornadoes. Allen out extending Barnett. Off the dribble, Barnett. Back to Moore, top of the key. Didn't get the high pick. Goes inside to Stoner. Didn't handle the pass well. Kicks it out. Gregg's 3 off the mark and tapped out of bounds by a hustling Bobcat. That was Dade Moore trying to keep it alive as the Tornadoes make yet another move. Reed Lemedy into the game. Reed, a pretty good JV game earlier tonight.
Yeah.
Gets some minutes here in the first period. Off the dribble, and he double clutched that when he looked to throw it, and his teammate didn't flash open like he thought he would, so turnover to the Tornadoes with 1:33 left. Leading by 11, and Ogle checks back in for the Cats. So Stoner, Gregg, Barnett, Moore, and Ogle for Cambridge. And Davion Barr has all of the Bobcat points to this stage of the game. And that is only 5. Stoner left side to Moore, back to Stoner. Deep 3, way outside, that one off the mark, and pulled down by Paima. He'll hand it off. Allen will walk it up into the front court. Hill off the dribble. Penetrates, kick back out on top. Porter gets it back off the pass from the foul line inside to Pima and got fouled on the way up. There was some nice interior passing here early by the Tornadoes, and Pima will head to the line. That foul on Barnett.
They're really hitting the roll person on every pick.
They like the backdoor cut anyway, but they're getting pretty good early here tonight.
Yeah, you almost feel like, other than Porter, if there's a ball screen coming, would you be better off, sitting back and helping out so they just don't get an easy pass in?
Yeah, I haven't seen anybody pull up and take a three for the Tornadoes. They've been taking it to the hoop as Pima goes 2 for 2. 5 guys in the book so far scoring for the Tornadoes, and they lead at 18-5. Moore swings it to Edwards, who just checked back in, gives it back to Moore. He'll take it down the lane, step back from the foul line. That one off the back of the rim. Rebound, stick back is good by Eli Edwards. The shortest guy in there, able to get the bounce and take it to the hoop. Cats down 11 again with 28 and counting here. Porter looking to hold it for the last shot. Cats will step out, put the clock on him. He'll give it up left side to Hill. Back to Porter, 17 seconds left. You know who's going to have it in the last 6 seconds, and then you figure it to be Porter. He makes the backdoor cut, not there. And Lemony got bailed out there by a Bobcat foul. Stoner picked that one up. His first, Bobcats fourth, and with 7.2 to go, Jacob Allen will take it out baseline left side. Nobody pops open, gets it to Pima, back to Allen. Bobbled a little bit, takes it to the hoop. His floater is good. And that will end things for the first period, 20-7. Tornadoes on top of the Bobcats. We'll be back right after this.
Promises. You've heard them all. Peace of mind, quality insurance products, superior claim service, all at a fair and competitive price. Since 1848, Westfield Insurance has promised to provide excellent insurance coverage for your home, auto, and business. Sharing knowledge, building trust. That is Westfield Insurance's pledge to their customers. For a quote on protecting your home, auto, and business, call W.B. Green Insurance today. W.B. Green, professional insurance.
Back at Ankrum Memorial Gym, 27, the Tornadoes. Over top of the Bobcats through one period of play, and Tornadoes went 6 of 6 at the line and took the ball to the hoop at will and knocked down a lot of shots.
I'll tell you what, West End shoots 7 of 8 from the field, right? 4 turnovers for West. Cambridge actually taking care of the ball fairly well. Only 3 turnovers in the first quarter, but 3 for 12 from the field. And to your point, all the offense right now coming from Davion Barr. The other guys are getting open shots. It's just a matter of being able to knock them down.
Yeah, Cats have had a lot bounce off the rim and bound away. They haven't had many second chance opportunities. And as well as the Tornadoes are shooting right now, they don't need very many. And particularly Jack Porter, senior, has 10 first quarter points, and he'll be on the floor to get things started here in the second period. Cats will have the possession. Davion Barr back in for Cambridge as well. Cats have looked to go inside to him whenever he's on the floor, and pass there almost stolen away. Barnett gets it back, passed up a 3. Greg will not from the corner. He launched it up. Barr gets the rebound. He'll take it strong to the hoop and one. Davion Barr using his strength and athleticism to get to the hoop there. And the foul is on Allen, and Barr unable to make that three-point play work. Just 1 of 5 at the line here early on. He's going to get lots of opportunities there. Inside feed to Ray. Lost the handle a little bit. Back out on top to Porter. 20-9. Newsom. Back to Porter, who calls for a little motion. Newsom gets it at the high post. Back to Porter. He'll put it on the floor. Pull up from 15. Fade away good. He's taken to the hoop a little bit, but he's got that little LeBron one-step fadeaway.
Yeah.
He's got it knocking it down tonight, 22-9. Barr outside the arc, over to Barnett. Uses the left hand to the corner. Little hesitation. His step back, short of the mark. No rebounder there, but no array. And again, the Tornadoes will try to extend their lead. Inside feed to Ray. Nothing there. Brings it back out to the edge. Connor Hill swings it left side to Allen. Back to Ray. Baseline jumper from 15. No good. Barr with the rebound. And he started the fast break, but he didn't get the ball down because a couple of defenders squeezed him and he wasn't able to get the dribble down. So give Davion a rebound, but also give him a turnover as Barnett steps out for the first time tonight. And for the first time this year, freshman Garrett Carpenter, 5'10", comes in, and Porter missed one. He's human. That was a 3-ball, but Allen with the rebound. He'll step out. He'll take the 3. Cha-ching! Jacob Allen with the rebound, stick back from deep. I think that's the first 3 I've seen him take tonight. Barr outside the arc. He won't launch it. Back to Gregg. Forced way outside the arc. Left side to the freshman Carpenter. Feed into Barr. Nice pass from Ogle. Barr will catch it and finish. And Davion Barr continues to be Cambridge's only offensive answer so far.
Again, Cambridge is doing a really good job of getting Davion isolated, right? They're using him to set picks and getting matchups to help him get. They got an easy lob that time.
Porter trying to get it to the high post. Bobcats challenge that, and Ogle comes up with the steal, and now a foul call. And they're going to call Ogle for the foul. His second. Wow. That one could have gone either way, too.
I was surprised to see that foul being called.
Yeah, both players scrambled to the ball on the floor, and Ogle came out of there with it, and then after he got possession, and now they'll call Barr with the hand check down low, and that's 2 quick fouls against the Bobcats, and that one, when you got post guys banging each other in there and you put a hand out, that doesn't typically get called. Allen looking to feed it in and finally goes out on top, and that'll be a 5-second call. So the Bobcat defense gets them the possession back, and Edwards will check in for Ogle. 25-11, 5:24 left as the Bobcats get it into Gregg, and Allen will hassle him all the way up the court. Gregg, one of those untested guys, tried to get it to the high post, and Edwards tapped away and stolen. Hill off to Ray, hard to the hoop, and Noah Ray with the left hand lays it in. 27-11. And the rout is on early. 5 minutes left here in the first half, and Tornadoes pouring it on. Carpenter off the high pick. Nothing there on the roll, and Cats a little sloppy with their perimeter passing, and right now West End overplaying everything on the perimeter, and the Cats will go to the bench a little deeper. Mason Gregg, 5'9" freshman, checks in for brother Braden. Mason with it. Back out on top. Edward to Moore. Moore to the hoop. Stop, pop. Didn't get the glass, didn't get the rim, and he got the foul. He tried to chase it after Connor Hill came down with it, and Caden Moore picks up his second foul.
You know, and that honestly is the play that you're actually looking for from Moore, right? If we talk about how you're going to get back in this game over the second half, it's going to be somebody else besides Davion Barr helping in the scoring column.
Cats have not shot it well here in this first half. Had some looks, but they have not been clean, and give West End some credit for good defense. As Barr takes a seat again, and Cohen Stoner checks back in. Connor Hill to the line, front end of the 1-and-1, and he'll earn the bonus. Seven team fouls for the Bobcats, 5 for the Tornadoes, 4:34 to go. 28-11. That one off the mark. Tapped out. Hill came up with it. Hands it off. Porter's three, short of the mark. And Carpenter comes down with a rebound for the Bobcat. Left side. Mason Gregg with it. Has it. He'll spot for three. Puts it up. Back rims it. No good. No Ray for the rebound. To Porter. Pushes it up the floor to the right side. Kept the dribble alive. Looks for the post feed. Nobody stopped him. He'll take it to the middle. Kick it out. Hill's three. Long rebound. Chased down in the corner. And the Bobcats will end up with it as it was touched last by the Tornadoes. Not surprised but how well the Tornadoes have played, but a little surprised but how poorly the Bobcats have shot it. They've had some good looks.
Yeah, I think that to your point, I don't think either team has truly outplayed one another. It's just a matter of West End has made almost every shot and Cambridge has missed almost every shot.
Under four to play. Edwards at the high post trying to force his way between defenders. Not going to happen there as he gets it back out, swings it around. Mason Gregg through the double team. Back to Edwards to the hoop, puts it up and draws contact and will get two. Edwards in that post. They list him at 6 foot. I don't know that Eli's 6 foot. With that hair, maybe.
That's
Mom's
right.
got it teased up a little bit.
It's all about how hard do they push down when they're doing the measurement.
Porter picked up the foul. Two-shot opportunity for Edwards, and the left-hander off the mark on the first try. Anton in. Ray will sit down. Porter gets his first break. Pima back into the game. Edwards' second free throw is good. 28-12. 3:35 and counting left here in the opening half. And the Tornadoes give the Bobcats a gift. Allen, pass intended for Newsom, thrown away. So the Cats a chance to try to pull a little closer. Cats haven't knocked down a three yet, have attempted a few. Gregg on the right wing. Back to Barnett. Back to Carpenter, off the dribble. Stoner, back to Carpenter. He'll take that three. Catching right on cue. And the freshman's first points in his varsity action are three.
Yeah, and the first three-pointer for the Bobcats tonight.
Yeah. 28-15. Might ignite the Cats a little bit.
Well, if you can, you got 3 minutes to go here in the half. Can you get it just to single digits? You'll feel better, even if it's 9.
Pima knocked out of his hands. Cats come up with it. Gregg, 2-on-2, pushes it out. Barnett for three. Can't answer with that, and Cats keep the rebound alive. Back to the top of the key. Cats swing it right side. Barnett will get it back. Newsom on him, crosses him over to the right side. Trying to go back to Cohen, nearly stolen away. Now Mason, a couple of freshmen on the floor at the same time for the Bobcats right now. Couple freshmen, couple sophomores. Garrett Carpenter down the lane. Kick out. Back to Barnett, under 2 left. Nobody looking to score. Carpenter will. That one a little long, and rebound to Pima. They'll hand it off to Allen, and the Tornadoes lead at 28-15, and the Cats will get a couple of seniors to the scorer's table. Backdoor cut. Allen down the lane. Pulls it back out on top, and they'll reset to Hill. Anton.
Cats look like they've moved to more of a zone defense now, more of a 2-3 look.
A little matchup zone possibly. They like that matchup. Anton, left corner. Anton gets it back, trying to post up, and boy, they're calling the quick hands inside tonight. And Carpenter, that time just kind of hand checking. You got a big guy on you.
Yeah, the minute they're seeing the hands go down, it's an instantaneous. I almost wonder, you get in these times.
Point of emphasis.
Yeah, you almost get is that a point of emphasis this year to get the chippiness away?
Anton will get the 1-on-1. You got to use your body then, right?
That's right.
Put the chest on him, put the hips on him, and the rebound free throw no good. Rebound by Barr, who's checked back in, and the Cats pushing it up the floor. Barnett trying to get it down to Mason Gregg, and he couldn't handle it. And the Cats give it right back. 1:11 left in the half, 28-15. As Porter has checked back in. As Noah Ray as well. Ray, right corner. Trying to feed it down low. Cats saw that one coming. Cohen Stoner, and he threw it right behind Gregg and out of bounds. So Stoner with a nice defensive play, but a little antsy to get the ball out of his hands. So the Cats have had a couple of quick turnovers here with opportunities to cut that lead.
Yep.
Play like a young team right now. They got a lot of young guys out there.
You do something good, so you're so excited, you do something bad sometimes.
Ray on the baseline.
Yep.
Feeds it to Porter. Inside, trying to get it down low to Newsom, stolen away by the Bobcats. Here comes Barnett, 40 on the clock. Bobcat down by 13. Carpenter back to Barr, top of the key, swings it to Barnett. Carpenter back to Barnett. Bobcats trying to spread the floor a little bit, gain some space here, and get a good look. Carpenter off the dribble to the top of the key, back to Barnett. 13. Even though you're down 13, it's a chance to learn about that last 20 seconds, huh? Carpenter, pull up three, right side. Just missed the mark. Barr trying to keep it alive. Porter comes down with the rebound, and his full court toss well off the mark. But we have reached the halftime break, and the Tornadoes dominating the Bobcats here in the first two periods, 28-15 at the halftime break. Stay tuned. We'll be back, stats, scoring, and more as we come back right after these messages.
Now located at 16050 McConnellsville Road in Caldwell, Ohio, Patrons Buckeye Mutual Insurance Company is a mutual insurance company established in 1896 for the purpose of providing insurance coverage to rural Ohio. They offer a product to meet your insurance need, whether it is for a farm, rental dwelling, home in town, secondary or seasonal dwelling, churches, or mobile home. They partner with Grinnell Mutual Insurance Company to offer liability coverage to package with their Patrons Buckeye Mutual policy. Call today at 638-3604 and follow them on Facebook at Patrons Buckeye.
Research shows listeners prefer a personalized experience. So to help you remember Liberty Mutual customizes your home insurance, we personalized this ad for Amber, who really misses boy bands from the 90s.
Hey girl, I'm the cute one, here to tell you how Liberty Mutual customizes your home insurance so you only pay for what you need.
I'm the heartthrob. The only thing I love more than you is saving. And I'm the other boy in the band everyone forgot about.
Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
The best part about taking ZQuil Pure Z's Sleep Plus Next Day Energy at night is actually the next morning. I wake up alert with none of the grogginess from taking too much melatonin. Pure Z Sleep Plus Next Day Energy is a bilayer tablet with immediate release melatonin and extended release B vitamins to help me fall asleep naturally and wake refreshed. It's my secret weapon for a great night's sleep and a great morning.
Hi, Mom. Hi, Mom.
Can't beat that.
ZQuil Pure Z's Gummies. Sleep better, wake your best.
Do you really think that an insurance company who promises quotes in a few minutes has your best interest in mind? Do they really know you and what coverages you need? Hi, this is John Valentine with Valentine Insurance. We take time to learn about you and your insurance needs so you can feel comfortable that you're receiving the right coverages at the best possible prices. Find us on Facebook, stop by our office, or give us a call at 994-1776. Valentine Insurance, a partner you can depend on.
I'm not buying till I check Doan Ford.
Most of us are faced with uncertainty every day. Your job, your finances, sporting events, schooling for your children, and so much more. With so much uncertainty surrounding you, there's one auto dealership that you can be certain about, and that's Doan Ford. You can be certain that you'll always get a great deal and the best service afterwards. In business for nearly 60 years has given Doan Ford the reputation of being a strong, reliable dealership. Be certain. Choose Doan Ford. Online at DoanFord.com.
In today's marketplace, you have many choices for insurance. WB Green Insurance, a representative of Westfield Insurance, is committed to providing you with excellent coverage for your home and auto at a fair and competitive price. Westfield has been in the neighborhood for over 150 years, providing peace of mind and quality insurance products through independent insurance professionals. Sharing knowledge, building trust is Westfield's pledge to their customers. Call WB Green Insurance today.
When it's game night, let Papa John's Pizza on Southgate Parkway feed your team after the game. Hey, this is Shannon. You can create your pizza with all your favorite toppings or pick one of our specialty pizzas like the Super Hawaiian, the Philly Cheesesteak, the Works, or the Fiery Buffalo Chicken. Don't forget we also have chicken poppers, wings, breadsticks, and cheese sticks too. Call 740-439-PAPA. That's 439-7272 or order from your phone at papajohns.com.
Welcome back to Gary Ankrum Gymnasium. Bill Kafury, Adam Davenport, we have reached halftime in tonight's contest here on 97.7. The Tornadoes leading the Cat 28-15. I want to thank our sponsors of tonight's broadcast and stream, West 40 Auto, Valentine Insurance, Papa John, Southeastern Med, WB Green Insurance, Doan Ford, and patrons Buckeye Mutual Insurance Company. 27. First quarter score, the Tornadoes got out to a quick start, shot the ball super in that first half. Bobcats actually in the second period tied them up 8-8, but the damage has kind of been done here.
Yeah.
You let the gate open too long, and the cattle's out in the field.
Well, listen, I don't want to, be called Davradamas, but I told you in the pregame that all you wanted to do in the first game of the year is find a way to get to the second quarter, right? It was all about, could you withstand the initial shock of everybody just trying to figure things out? Because that's when you're trying to get your timing down, mistakes happen. If you can get through that, then you can settle in and actually play a good game. And so what did we see, right? We see a fast start, bunch of buckets made by West End. They shoot 62% in the first half, 10 of 16. And when you look at the overall first half, the game that we saw, as I told you before, there's a lot of parallels between both teams. I'll give you an example. Once you get past the actual points, the rest of the things that we would look at, well, how are you at taking care of the ball? Turnovers so far are 9-7. West has 9, right? How are you at limiting them to one shot and getting rebounds? West has a 15-12 rebounding advantage. But neither one of those things jump out at you, right? Well, did they make a bunch of three-pointers? No, the two teams combined each made one. They're 2 for 17 combined at the three-point line. So it truly just came down to a hot hand in front of the home crowd to get the game started. And then once we got to the second quarter, Cambridge has started to play even. So the real question becomes, what do you do in the third quarter, right? Because that's going to be the pivotal time of making your first game adjustments, get your guys to settle down, and really start saying, okay, we can't play even with them anymore. The lead's too big. So we got blown out the first quarter. We played even the second. We need to win the third. I don't care if it's by 1. I don't care if it's by 6. But if we're going to start cutting into this, we truly need to win the quarter.
Well, I'll take that one stat a little bit deeper. I'd say the difference in the game right now is Jack Porter. He's got 12 points in the first half. It's a 13-point lead for West End, but he hit just about everything he took in that first half. He missed a couple late in the half, but that first quarter he had 10 points. Didn't miss, I don't think, in the first quarter, and that got his team out to a nice fast start. And he was able to get a lot of other guys involved. He ended up with 12. Allen with 5, knocked down to 3. Newsom had 4. 2 for Connor Pime off the bench, and Connor Hill 1 as well. At the foul line in that first period, 6 of 6. They ended up going 1 of 3 in the second period. So, 7 of 9 is not bad in that first half.
Well, and you brought up the start that Jack Porter for West had. You isolate that first quarter, and here's what you see: 10 points in the quarter, 4 for 4 from the field, 2 for 2 from the foul line, and 2 turnovers. But the reality is that's not only as clean of a first quarter as you can ask a ball handler and a guard to have, but that's a huge impact. I mean, he's scoring 10 of the 20 in the first quarter.
Yeah, that looks good. On the other hand, Davion Barr, getting limited minutes tonight. He's got 9 to lead the Bobcats. Garrett Carpenter off the bench knocked down a 3. Eli Edwards off the bench has 3. Nobody else has been able to get the lid off.
Yeah.
That's why we call it a lid lifter, by the way. You got to get the lid off before the ball will go in.
Well, we used to say you got to follow through on your shot, put the hand in the cookie jar. But I'll tell you, to your point about Davion Barr, Davion's going to put you in a tough position this game because the competitor that he is, the competitor that everybody on the team is, you want to give the guy, you want to control his activity and the game minutes, while you're trying to work him back from injury. But the reality is that he has shown just as strong of a start as Jack Porter has had for West. Davion has been just as impactful for Cambridge, right? He's got 9 points, 4 of 4 from the field, 4 rebounds, right? The only blemish that you would say is he's struggling at the foul line. But the reality is that he creates such a matchup problem with his size and athletic ability and the fact that he's an aggressive physical player that it's going to be really difficult for Coach Pertusit to really hold the reins back. That'll take more discipline by the coach to stick to the game plan than the player, because the player is always going to push to get more time.
Well, no doubt about that. And the Cats, the way the game's going now, the first 5 minutes don't go Cambridge's way. He may not see a lot more minutes because you just rest him a little bit. You find out what else do I have here that's going to help us in Game 2, as the Bobcats will have Game 2 also on the road at Martins Ferry on December 6th before they have their home opener against St. Clairsville on the 9th. 28-15, your halftime score. Tornadoes jumping out on the Bobcats, and when you have a senior-laden team like the Tornadoes, they're not likely to go on a bad stretch for a long period of time without calming things down.
Yeah, I'll tell you, this is one of those times where I think what you really have to be trying to do if you're Cambridge, continue to run the offense, continue to pound the ball inside, and really try to get some guys in foul trouble. If you can get Noah Ray, who's playing with 1 foul in the first half and really the biggest physical presence inside, if you can start wearing him into the foul trouble, that might be something that can help.
Tornadoes will start with the ball starters on the floor for both teams as the Tornadoes lead by 13. Porter left side to Allen, looks inside to Ray, now finds him at the high post. He'll spin his lane way down the lane and spun right into Davion Barr, who got a hand in there, and that will be a foul. You could just tell that Ray was going to work his way to the middle and spin back baseline, and Cat did a pretty good job of pinning him there, but you got to use your body, not your hands.
Yeah.
Ray, first opportunities at the free throw line, puts the first one up, and good.
I'll tell you, you just used something there that is a message that has to be said to both teams right now, which is the hands right now are being taken away. If you are playing with your hands, the whistle's getting blown very quickly.
2 for 2 for Ray. He's got 6 on the night, extending the lead 30-15. Moore pushes it up for the Cats. Right side, Greg Barr. Looks inside Ogle. He'll catch it, take it to the hoop, put up the floater, and good. Devin Ogle, first bucket of the night.
Good strong take by Ogle.
Not as big as Barr, but almost equally as athletic.
Yeah.
Newsom back out on top. Porter swinging it. Anton to Ray. Inside feed. Newsom from point blank. Couldn't get it to go. More for the Bobcats to try to cut the lead some more. 30-17. Down low. Ogle again. Head and shoulders fake. Got fouled. And will shoot free throws. And I think a year ago the Cats as a team shot about 55% at the line. Tonight we're not there yet. And the Cats are going to have to continue to try to use the foul line. As that one rattles in and out. Foul was on Gage Newsom, his first. As he steps out, Connor Hill in.
Cats are now 2 for 8, 2 for 7 in the first half from the foul line.
And the second one rattles around and out. Ray with the rebound. Left side. Allen to Ray, looking to go baseline, kick it way out on top to Porter. Fake to 3, will penetrate, stop, pop, and drop. 15-footer on the baseline, and Porter has been deadly from that range tonight. 32-17. Barnett with on the switch. He's got Ray on him. They're going to have a chance to switch back. Barr had the mismatch. Now the pick and roll left side. Moore trying to get it down to Ogle. That one tapped away by Hill. And he'll bring it the other way. Left side, Porter passed up the three. Allen won't. Left corner, cha-ching. Jacob Allen's second three from that spot. And it's 35-17. Cats will take the TO. 6:13 left here in the third. We'll take the break as well. You're listening to high school basketball on 97.7 WILE. We'll be back right after this.
This year, the Southeastern Med Cancer Services Team is celebrating 30 years of being accredited by the National Commission on Cancer. Earning this accreditation and maintaining it for 3 decades is a testament to their team's quality outcomes, dedication, commitment, and care for their patients and community. Learn more by visiting seormc.org today.
Back at Ankrum Memorial Gymnasium, 35-17. Bobcats trying to cut into the lead, and the Tornadoes said, not so fast. Jacob Allen hit his second three there to stop a Bobcat run and extend the Tornado lead.
You know, as we're watching West play today, they're a throwback offense. And what I mean by that is the mid-range jumper has gone away in so many different levels of basketball. Kids have just fallen in love. I mean, the whole Steph Curry and the Warriors movement regarding the three-pointer compared, that mid-range has just gotten lost. These guys are shooting nothing but mid-range.
Yeah, they're shooting them well.
Yeah.
Porter nearly comes up with another steal. Tornadoes have done a good job of overplaying that wing pass and not letting the Bobcats get that easy pass from the wing in. Greg has it right side, pick and roll, not there to Barr that time, back out on top. Cat trying to keep it simple, keep it basic, trying to run the pick and roll to Barr. Barr will lob it inside to Ogle. Three from the corner by Barnett, off the mark. And a rebound battle for, and the Cats will knock it out of bounds. It will go back to the Tornadoes. Waiting 35-17, Cats will pick up a little full court here.
Yeah.
Try to see if they can't come up with a free one. Allen at half court, across the timeline, down low, stolen away. Moore hustling back, got in the passing lane, and the Cats on the secondary side of that come up with it. 5.5 left third. Tornadoes have doubled up the Bobcats here at 35-17. Greg uses the dribble. Back out to Ogle. Inside feed to Barr. And they'll call the charge as Barr turned, lowered his shoulder a little bit. The defender did a pretty good job that time of selling it. And Davion Barr has picked up his third foul. I think a couple of them have been on charges.
Yeah. I think you're right. I think he's got 2 of the 3 fouls have been on charges.
Yeah. Good interior defense by the Tornadoes. Cats again, full court pressure. Anton stuck with it in the backcourt, up ahead. Allen, and that ball tipped out of bounds. No, they're going to say thrown out of bounds as Allen trying to feed Porter in the corner. Edwards will check in for Barr with 4:59 left here in the third. Barr unable to get on track here in the second half. Barnett will have passive pressure with Allen out ahead of him here. 35-17 still. High pick from Ogle. As Barnett feeds Greg in the corner, gets it right back, swings it to Moore. Ogle on the baseline. Down low, trying to go to Barnett. Ball tapped away and then chased down. And they'll call a foul. And
Allen.
That foul on Jacob Allen, his second. Actually, I think they got him as maybe his third.
First. They got him as his first.
Yeah. Moore's 3 off the mark. Porter rebound and push. Top of the key. Down low and a nice feed to Newsom, who will finish. Porter doing it all tonight, including that steal intended for Gregg. Feeds it and gets it back. They'll give him the 3. Nope, there's a travel in between there. So Tornadoes maybe trying a little too hard to share the ball and give it back to the Cats, 37-17. Biggest lead of the night for West End.
I tell you, you're right. You start getting a little, you get a little looser and a little freer.
Put a little bit more mustard on the hot dog.
Yeah.
Barnett pull up from the foul line and a nice knockdown there from foul line extended. Barnett's first bucket of the night. Cats continue to try to keep some pressure on, make the Tornadoes think about it a little bit. Porter walks it across and sets the offense up. Top of the key. 3:40 left third period. 37-19. Newsom back to Porter. Back to Allen on the right side. Pull up, 15-footer line drive. Jump shot that time. Noah Ray's third field goal. He's got 8 on the night. Back to a 20-point lead. Brandon Gregg from the top of the key. 3 won't go. Anton pulls it down. Porter up ahead to Allen. Back to Porter. Will use the dribble. Takes it to the hoop. Can't get it to go. Ogle clears it for the Bobcats. Up to Barnett. To Moore. To Ogle. Right down the lane and a nice feed, and Ogle will finish his second bucket of the period.
Ogle's had a nice start to the third quarter.
Yeah, Moore looking to distribute more than shoot tonight, too. He hadn't taken a lot of shots.
Yeah, you're right on that one.
39-21. Down low. Ray banging his way to the hoop. Knocks it up and in. And Ogle that time trying to draw the charge. Didn't get it his way. And Ray was 6 in the period. Makes it a 20-point lead once again. 41-21. Barnett, 3, left wing. Cha-ching. Josiah Barnett starting to feel it a little bit. The sophomore getting it to go down. Porter to Allen. Back to Porter, down the lane. Pull up from the foul line. Money. 14-16 on the night for Porter. And we have gotten into a little bit of run and gun here. More top of the key 3. That one, an air ball, not quite there. Pima will check in for the Tornadoes. Barr and Carpenter back in the game for the Bobcats with 1:50 go. And Stoner for the Cats as well. Full court pressure being applied by the Bobcats. A little different here with Barr on the point of it. Newsom back to Porter, trapped in the backcourt, nearly stolen. Now it is. Gregg got a hand on it with that length. Kick out. Barr 3 from the left corner. Short of the mark. Rebound. Moore back out to Gregg. And his pass stolen away by Porter, who will take it coast to coast and lay it up and in. Trying to pass that ball from that low corner to the top of the key. You're inviting a fast break. Moore trying to go down low to Stoner. Tap back out right at him. Right side, Gregg off the high pick. Bar rolled. They'll find Stoner. His 3 rattles in and out. Rebound kept alive and saved by the Tornadoes. Porter up ahead to Allen. Allen, nice feed down low. Pima will lay it up and in. And that's how you run the fast break. 47-24. Carpenter off the dribble, back to Gregg. Now Moore, under 40 to play in this third period. Looking for the lob inside. Barr covered up in there. Cats continue to work the perimeter looking for Barr. A lot of length in there for the Tornadoes too, with Anton and Pima, long arms there. And the Cats try to bang it inside. And a jump ball will favor the Bobcats here. And Mason Gregg will check back in for brother Braden. Can't have 2 Greggs on the floor at the same time. At least not for the broadcasters. I don't need that kind of frustration in the first game. 20 seconds left in the period. Feed down low, Barr to the hoop. Left hand up and good. Davion Barr's first points of the half. He's got 11. It's 47-26. Tornado. Porter up the right side, a little hesitation, into traffic, hands it back to Allen, 1 on the clock, and he realized it too late before he threw it at the hoop, and that'll take us to the break. 47-26 Tornadoes. As we head to the fourth period, we'll be back right after this.
Now located at 16050 McConnellsville Road in Caldwell, Ohio. Patrons Buckeye Mutual Insurance Company is a mutual insurance company established in 1896 for the purpose of providing insurance coverage to rural Ohio. They offer a product to meet your insurance need, whether it is for a farm, rental dwelling, home in town, secondary or seasonal dwelling, churches, or mobile home. They partner with Grinnell Mutual Insurance Company to offer liability coverage to package with their patrons Buckeye Mutual policy. Call today at 638-3604 and follow them on Facebook at Patrons Buckeye.
Are you paying too much for homeowners insurance? Has your insurance company raised your deductible? Hi, this is John Valentine with Valentine Insurance. Many people can't accurately answer these questions. With many premiums escrowed into mortgages, homeowners don't pay attention to changes to their policies anymore. It's time you visit Valentine Insurance for a true, no-obligation review of your insurance policy. Call 994-1776.
Back at West Ham High School, fourth quarter about to begin. And the Tornadoes with the lead in the ball once again, 47-26. Pulling away from the Cats there in that third period. Outscoring Cambridge 19-11. Hill into the game, will inbound it near midcourt, get it into Porter, who's having a great opening night of his senior year, 18 points for him. Anton left wing. Swings it back to Porter, off the dribble. Allen to Hill, tapped away, back to Allen, feed down low, Porter trying to backdoor it, and Davion Barr with the block shot, but they'll call him for the foul. That is Barr's fourth foul of the night. As Porter went strong to the hoop, he'll have 2 free throws, had 2 in the first period, knocked them both down, and he'll start the same way here, knocking free throw 1 down, and Barr will take a seat. Barnett back in. Porter's second free throw. Count it. And I've got him with 20 of the 49 Tornado point. 49-26. Barnett, top of the key, crosses over, down the lane, in traffic, and they're going to call the reach in. Allen almost came out with the ball, but he got wrist as well.
That's right. He gave that look back to the bench, like, I got my hand caught.
Picks up his second. Edwards, back out to Moore. Cats looking for another option to this offense. Moore trying to penetrate, kick out to Carpenter. Back to Carpenter, puts it on the floor, cut off by Hill. 7 left in the game. Cats showing patience here, not just coming down and firing up the first thing they got. Moore had the 3, too late getting that one up. Carpenter will take it right corner, or right wing, I should say. Cha-ching, Garrett Carpenter. Second 3 of the game. At this point, you're looking for people that can put it in the hole.
Yeah.
Anton, as the Cats continue some pressure here. 49-29, 6.5 to go. Feed down low, Ray. Cats will double him up. Gives it off to Hill. He'll attack the basket, knocked out of his hand. Cats come up with the steal. Edwards up ahead, Barnett to Moore. Hands it back to Barnett, and he traveled. Couple of baby steps before he got to dribble down. I don't know if he was going to gather it and shoot it, but he didn't. And he didn't get the ball down. The Cats will give it right back. And there's been a few of those tonight.
There's been a lot of those pieces where just the youth of you get a turnover and you win that, you get an extra possession, and then you come down and you immediately give it right back. That's a tough one to swallow. And just a lot of young kids just have to play through that and figure out that you just, we always used to say that if you want to go fast, you just have to slow down.
49-29, Cats with a 30-second timeout. And that's one of those things of knowing what to do when you have the ball is one thing.
Yeah.
How do you move without the ball so that when you catch it, they talk about that triple threat position. You got to catch it in a position to do all three, not catch it on the move. When you catch it on the move, that causes a bit. And that was what he got into there. He was caught it on the move, and he didn't get the dribble down. Tornadoes have played pretty good defense tonight. They've had bodies in the right places.
Yeah, and to your point, I think that's where having the four seniors has helped them out tremendously. You see in the half-court side the anticipation of where guys are when it comes to making passes.
Porter got the inbounds, and he threw it to Anton. He could not handle it. He wasn't ready for it as well, and West End gives it right back to the Bobcats. So game getting a little bit sloppy here in the late going, but a big lead for the Tornadoes. Cats will have to catch fire to get this one back to single digits, and nearly a steal there by Porter. Back to Barnett right side. Back to Carpenter. Closed out by the taller Anton. Barnett trying to take him down the lane to the hoop and laying in the air, knocks it in. Barnett, a lot of juice on that one. Able to get it to go down. Cats' full court pressure has caused a little trouble for the Tornadoes. They handle it this time. Newsom, right side. Back to Allen. He'll take it down the lane, switch to the left hand and lay it in. Allen with 10. And Moore dealing with some blood issues here as he got popped in the nose. So Caden Moore, the little bloody nose, they'll tend to him, and 5:20 to go, 51-31. Bobcats with the ball, make a substitution here. Braden Gregg back in. Carpenter feeds it to Ogle, top of the key. Fakes the handoff, puts it on the floor, trying to beat Ray to the hoop. Puts up the shot, no good. Got his rebound back, and Ray thought he got all ball there, and he got a lot of ball. But enough body. They'll call him for his second foul, and he's going to give Devin Ogle 2 chances to score here at the line. Ogle tonight 0 for 2 at the line. Puts one up here, and that one off the mark. As Barr will step back in for Edwards. Second one. A little more air under that one, and he knocked it in.
Yeah, it's a nice enough shot, right?
Yeah. Get a little good rotation, got a little more arc on it.
Yeah. You see some guys shoot, and you're like, yeah, I understand why you're shooting that low on the free throw percentage. That one's a pretty nice shot all in all.
Cats overplaying the passing lanes now, looking for the steal, and this is when the Tornadoes are deadly with this motion offense and their backdoor cut. Porter out on top. Carpenter knocked it away, no call. High pick and roll, and Ray, the recipient, lays it in for his 12th point. All three of those returning seniors have double digits tonight. Inside feed to Barr. Fake to his left, went to his right, knocked it down. Davion Barr showing a nice mid-range or short-range jumper. And wide open, and trying to go in for the dunk was Ray, and he just came up a little shy and missed it. Cats will come away with the rebound and come the other way. He was kind of in between. Do I lay it in?
Yep.
Do I throw it down? And
yep. Am I going to get fouled? Right? All those different things crept in.
All those things. Barr at the high post. Lob inside to Gregg. Reverse layup. That one knocked away by Newsom. As Gregg just lost his momentum going to the hoop. Tried to flip it back to the basket. 53-34. Anton back out on top to Allen. 3:40 and counting. Newsom, backdoor cut, had two guys there, and the first guy got a hand on it. Noah Ray couldn't handle it, knocked it out of bounds. So back-to-back turnovers.
15th turnover tonight for West. 12 for the Cats. Cats have actually, like I said, Cats have done a better job taking care of the ball. It feels like a lot of their turnovers tonight have just been untimely in that you just got a turnover and then you immediately turned it right back.
Usually unforced. Carpenter for three. Can't get it to go. Ogle trying to save it inbounds, does. Barr chases it down near midcourt. Back to the right side. Carpenter again. Shoot that. I think the defender got a piece of that one. Made it come up short. And a rebound to Ray. And the Cats will continue to chase the ball down. 53-34. Cut to the basket. Anton Strong there will lay it up and in. His first hoop of the night for the starter. 6'1" sophomore. Cats out ahead to Ogle, and he could not handle that one. That half-court pass just a little off the mark. And Stoner will check in. And Barr will sit down. 2:46 to go as Newsom steps out. Hill back in the game. Paima as well. And the Cats continue some full court pressure. Porter in the backcourt up ahead to Hill. Might have got away with a half step there.
Yeah, definitely on that one.
Porter back down low to Allen. Won't take that jumper. It's not shots you need if you're West Ham right now, as Porter will take it to the hoop. Force his way in that time, lay it up and in, and Jack Porter with a look-away layup. 57-34. Barnett, top of the key. Porter will step out and close him out, and the Tornadoes are going to empty their bench here momentarily with 2 minutes to go. Stoner, dribble penetration, double clutch, got the foul, head to the line. And we'll shoot two. And that one on Anton, his third. Doan Stoner not in the book yet tonight. And with that free throw still not in there. Yeah, the Bobcats will be doing a lot more shooting drills in the next few days.
Yeah, I would think so.
Second one is up, and that one's all net. Have not shot the free throws well tonight, nor from the field, and that has been a point of emphasis on their staff, is to get more good shots. Under 2 to play, 57-35. Anton, the sophomore, out on top, off the dribble, feeds it to the corner. Paima, and he turned it over. Little
carry
there,
action.
yeah. Most of the Tornadoes' turnovers have come when they've tried to dribble too much. Step back, long two for Barnett is good. Barnett with 9 tonight. Cats haven't given up here. They continue to hustle after the ball, and Carpenter there nearly came up with the steal into the game. Lane Kennedy. And for the Bobcats, Alex Lacey, 5'9" senior. Cats will get a couple of other subs in here too. St. Gibson. Bryson Anderson and Ryland Matthews. So the only starter left out there for the Bobcats, Barnett. Anton. Same way for the Tornadoes, although he is a sophomore. 1-11. Lemony. Back out on top, Kennedy. To Hill. Tornadoes just run in motion, make that defense work a little bit, keep the clock running, huh? And Anton that time with the no-look turnover.
I want to say that's at least a half a dozen just throw into a phantom person in the crowd.
Yep. Guy's not used to playing together. Guy makes a cut.
Not used to playing together.
Well,
five seniors and 4 sophomores.
Well, that was a sophomore to a sophomore. So the seniors are all gone. Barnett, deep three, and that one an air ball. Trying to save it inbounds, and he knocked it off there. And Gabe Mingus checking in for the Tornadoes. A fan favorite, Gabe Mingus, 5'8" senior. Lacey giving it up. Anderson. Back to Barnett, 21 and counting. Gibson to Lacey again. Foul line. Can't get the shot up. Back to Gibson with 10 to go. Cats still haven't gotten a look. Barnett will take another deep three. Well off the mark. Pima will clear that one out, and that'll do it. 57-37. The final score is the Tornadoes start the season with a W, defending the home turf. Cats will go to 0-1 and back to the drawing table. Final score once again here tonight from Gary Ankrum Memorial Gym. West M 57, Cambridge 37. We'll take the break. Back with our post-game wrap-up right after this.
When it's game night, let Papa John's Pizza on Southgate Parkway feed your team after the game. Hey, this is Shannon. You can create your pizza with all your favorite toppings or pick one of our specialty pizzas like the Super Hawaiian, the Philly Cheesesteak, the Works, or the Fiery Buffalo Chicken. Don't forget we also have chicken poppers, wings, breadsticks, and cheese sticks too. Call 740-439-PAPA. That's 439-7272 or order from your phone at papajohns.com.
Whether you are experiencing pain in your knee, tingling in your fingers, or a sore back, Superior Med Orthopedics is here for you. Their patients' health and safety is their top priority, and they currently offer telehealth visits for your initial appointment. Take comfort in knowing when you come to their facility, they're following all protocols to ensure you remain safe. Find out all their team offers by visiting seormc.org today to learn more.
Promises. You've heard them all. Peace of mind, quality insurance products, superior claim service, all at a fair and competitive price. Since 1848, Westfield Insurance has promised to provide excellent insurance coverage for your home, auto, and business. Sharing knowledge, building trust. That is Westfield Insurance's pledge to their customers. For a quote on protecting your home, auto, and business, call W.B. Green Insurance today. W.B. Green, professional insurance.
I was sitting in my car, and it wouldn't start. I lifted the hood, and the engine was falling apart. What would I do? My eyes filled with tears. Then on the radio, I heard of West 40 by Pay here, where for a little money down and a little each week, I could have a car, nice, shiny, and sleek. So I walked in the door, and I put the money down. Now I got a nice car that I can drive around. West 40 by Pay here will help rebuild your credit. The corner of Dewey and Route 40 in Cambridge, don't you forget it.
West 40 Auto Sales, corner of Route 40 and Dewey Avenue in Cambridge, is home of the guaranteed credit approval, with most loans approved while you wait. Go to their website to fill out an online loan application, west40autosales.com. You'll also find their weekly special listed there.
Let me guess. Unknown caller? You could reduce the number of unwanted calls and emails with online privacy protection. The latest innovation from Discover. We'll help regularly remove your personal info, like your name and address, from 10 popular people search websites that could sell your data. And we'll do it for free. Activate in the Discover app. See terms and learn more at discover.com/online privacy protection.
People who come to Cricket stay with Cricket. Why is that? Well, if you ask someone with one of the latest and greatest phones from Cricket, they might tell you it's because of the amazing phones, like the new iPhone 14 that lets you capture stunning photos in low and bright light. Plus, they'd probably tell you about the fast nationwide 5G included with all plans that lets you stream, text, talk, and more, all at 5G speeds. Yeah, they might mention something like that. Smile, you're on Cricket.
Cricket 5G is not available everywhere. Fees, terms, and other restrictions apply. See cricketwireless.com for details.
For our wrap-up tonight of our tip-off game of the season here on 97.7 YRPtv, 57-37. West Muskingum with the win over the Bobcats, and they led it coast to coast 20-7 after one, 28-15 at halftime, extending that to 47-26 in the third, and 57-37 your final, as the senior-laden Tornadoes took it to the Bobcats early tonight and gave them a lesson of sorts. Cambridge, a lot of youth tonight, and some of those guys got their feet wet in battle tonight and did pretty well. And we'll take a look at individual scoring and talk about the game as well, as Jeff Rinkus picks up the win here to get his team off to a good start. For the Tornadoes, 3 players in double digits, the 3 guys you mentioned prior to the game as all league selections a year ago, and they're back on track for that again tonight, led by Jack Porter, who had led everybody tonight with 22, 4 of 4 at the line. And individual, you've got some of the individual shooting and team shooting, but he didn't take many bad shots because they almost all went in.
Yeah, to your point, when you look at Jack Porter for the game, 9 of 13 from the field, 69% from the field. 2 steals, 5 assists, 4 for 4 from the foul line. Just played pretty much an overall great floor game that you would expect to see from a senior guard, kind of setting the tone for the team.
And didn't have to force his game at all tonight. Let it come to him in the game, and he had teammates step up and help him. Those assists that you talked about, Jacob Allen got a couple of those assists. He ended up with 10, including a couple of threes that he knocked down. Noah Ray, the interior presence, 12 points for him on the night, 2 for 2 at the line. And that was the other impressive thing for the Tornadoes tonight. I had them 11 of 13 at the free throw line. They only hit 2 threes, but they didn't take very many either.
Yeah. The one thing I really took away, and it's really maybe a thing that I would say I missed in the pregame. So in the pregame, we talked about what were we really excited to see what would happen. And it was what was going to happen when you got the inexperienced players for both teams on the floor. Were the lights going to be too bright? Was it going to be too big of a stage, and all those different things? And really what we should have said or should have been thinking was, this is one of those games where if you're the West End side, you're going to go to those 3 all-NVL players who are seniors and say, this first game is on you. Like, you have to be the ones that control everything to get the ship moving in the right direction. And that's really what the narrative should have been, and it clearly is what the narrative actually was. Because when you talk about Gray, Allen, and Porter, that's 44 of the 57 points scored by West End tonight, right? And Jake Allen's 4 for 5 from the field. Noah Gray's 5 for 7 from the field. Porter's 9 for 13 from the field. So not only are they scoring the points, but they're scoring them incredibly efficiently, right? They're not missing opportunities there. And then when you get to the foul line, Noah Gray goes 2 for 2, and Porter goes for 4 for 4. So I just think, to some degree, what we were excited to see almost kind of blinded what we should have expected to see from that strong of a senior group.
Yeah, to close out the scoring there for the Tornadoes, as we said, 22 for Porter. Ray had 12, 10 for Allen. They got 6 for Newsom. He was the other starter there. Anton only scored 2, and he didn't get those to the fourth period. Then 4 off the bench for Pima and just 1 for Connor Hill. So the bulk of the scoring coming from those 3 senior starters there that led him a year ago. For the Cats, Davion Barr from the outset was the focal point of the offense tonight. He finished with 13 points, had 4 fouls, in and out of the game because of returning from that injury. And the plan was to just kind of get his feet wet a little bit, but give him some breaks. You could see some frustration on his part that he wasn't happy about that. He picked up a couple of cheap fouls there, trying to bang his way to the basket. And both teams tonight, and
Yes.
we talked about this, the emphasis of play defense but get your hands off, especially in the post area. They weren't letting guys put hands on each other down there, and a lot of fouls called there in the first half, not nearly as many in the second half. But the Cats got 13 from Barr, 9 points from Josiah Gregg, a lot of those coming late, all of them in the second half. Eli Edwards, 3 off the bench. Garrett Carpenter knocked down a couple of long threes. He had finished with 6. Devin Ogle with 5, and Cohen Stoner split a pair of free throws. Bobcats hit 3 threes, only 4 of 13 at the free throw for the Bobcats, free throw line. And that was an area of concern a year ago, and after tonight continues to be something they need to work on.
Yeah. You look at it, if I'm Cambridge and I walk away from this game, right? So if you that's not the longest bus ride home, but if you're driving home thinking about this, where do you go kind of from here, right? And how do you absorb the first loss on the first game, and really how do you absorb, a 20-point loss, right? I think that you have to always try to find some of the areas of wins that you can build off of, because it is a long season. Let's be honest, it's still November. Everything that we always talk about is where are you at when January comes, because that's normally what's going to start giving you, am I starting to peak and find the right guys to put us in place for the tournament? That's normally where you get out of your non-conference play and you get almost strictly into conference play. And that momentum that carries you in is also going to help you with the tournament seeding. So you don't want to you could blow game one out of proportion by putting so much emphasis on winning that first game and coming on, this is going to be a new year and all that. You can put so much pressure on that game where the outcome, though they're always important, isn't that meaningful in this scenario. And so if I'm Cambridge, I think where I walk away from at this moment is I would walk away and say, you know what, I'm playing a lot of young guards, right? Let's start there. The only guard who's playing right now that has major varsity experience is Caden Moore. Barr plays in the post, Rogers is hurt. I got one guard playing against a team that has 3 All-MVL selections, 2 of the 3 play guard, and we have 13 turnovers as a team. There have been years where you and I, with much more experienced teams, would kill for 13 turnovers in a game. Yeah. So that's a positive that's going to get lost in translation, but it's actually very important. The second thing is, did you ever feel like today when we were calling this game, when it came to the Cambridge offense, that you were just seeing bad shots?
No.
Like, we didn't make anything. Okay, that's fair. Nothing went in. But you didn't walk away saying, oh, my Lord, we took horrible shots. No wonder we didn't make anything. So all of a sudden, you start saying, forget the score. Okay, you got hit with an uppercut in the first round and couldn't recover. But after you got past that, you didn't turn the ball over. You consistently got a lot of shots, 43 shots in the game. You didn't get killed on the glass. You were competitive on the glass. You just didn't make anything. Yep. And so I think that you can actually walk away here not necessarily feeling happy and not proud. I mean, the result is what the result is. But you shouldn't blow this one out of proportion. There's a lot of pieces that would say we played a clean game. There's a lot of pieces here that could be moving in the right direction. And the good news is normally coming in that first week after a holiday, you try to front end your schedule pretty hard so that you can have a quick turnaround and try to erase this one.
Everybody struggles from time to time shooting the ball, and probably more so at the beginning of the season, because you just haven't taken enough shots here in your first 2 or 3 weeks of practice to get comfortable, especially guys that have come off the football field into the gym. Cambridge had an extended football season this year as well. So, a lot of these guys haven't had that chance to take enough shots. And like you said, I don't think that they took – there were always a couple of bad shots, but, finding those shots in the rhythm where you can make them. And they had some guys – come in and knock them down. Garrett Carpenter coming in and taking some threes and continuing to shoot it when he had good looks and not pass those up. I think that's the key too. When you got guys that can make that shot, sometimes you'll get a guy, especially a young guy, that'll take a shot and miss and say, okay, I better not shoot anymore. Yeah. But you got to continue to take those shots, and the team needs somebody to step up and do that. Caden Moore, I think, he passed up some opportunities to take shots tonight that he's going to have to do because he is one of those returning leaders, one of those seniors that's coming back, and he's got to find his shot to give the Bobcats a little bit more presence because he's going to be on the floor a lot. He's physical. He can play the game a little bit. He's got to knock some down.
The two hardest parts for this year that Cambridge is going to have to deal with, and man, in our world that we live in today, patience is such a gift. If somebody gives you patience, they are giving you a gift as good as gold. That's the reality. We are a society and a people that want it now without question. Just make it happen. The biggest challenges that I think this Bobcat team is going to face over the course of this year is understanding and righting the ship, not just when things go wrong, but when things are going right. And what I mean is you don't have a ton of guys coming back with a lot of varsity experience. The guys that are coming back were on a 6-15 team last year. So there's going to be times where the roles reverse and they're going to go into the fourth quarter and they're going to be up by 8 or 9, and a team's going to start really pressuring the heck out of them, or they're going to start putting them on the foul line. And how do you learn how to win or right the ship when you should be putting this game away, and now it's feeling like it's getting out of control? How do you, at the same time, it's not just always how do you overcome the adversity when you're not playing as well as you'd like to, and you're trying to find a way to cut into the lead and come back. This team is going to have to learn on both sides of the coin, and that's a difficult ask to do for that young of a team to say when you're winning, it's going to be really easy for you to lose control of that game because you're not used to being in that situation. And then when you're losing, we're also trying to get you to learn how to claw yourself out of it. Patience and letting that whole thing play out is going to take some time.
Well, let's flip that around a little bit and give the Tornadoes some Adam airtime as well.
All right, what do you want to talk about?
Well, hey, senior team coming back. Yeah. Had a good year last year. 14 wins a year ago.
Yeah. I'll tell you what.
Is tonight's game that beginning of even a better season?
Yeah.
And what do you do differently, or what's Coach Rinkus's point of emphasis from a 20-point win in the opening game where the three guys you thought were going to play well played well and you shot lights out? I don't know what their team shooting was tonight, but it was outstanding.
Yeah, that's a very good question that ultimately you're asking. And to answer your real question, 22 of 33, 67% from the field.
Wow.
So
you may not do that every night out.
Correct. So when you're in their situation, I think if you're Coach Rinkus, you certainly want to acknowledge, hey, it's a great win. It's a great way to start the season. But at the end of the day, you should have won this game. And it's not that you don't get an attaboy for winning. You always want to celebrate the win. But we talk about this all the time. When you have those games in the season where you have a Friday, Saturday night back-to-back game, what's the number one focus that you have? It's to win as quick as you can, not necessarily to end the game as quick, but to end the game inside of it so that they no longer are competing as early as possible to then rest your starters for the next game. So if I'm Coach Rinkus, I'm going to my team right now and I'm saying, listen, it's a good first win. Candidly, you're expected to win that game. The things that we have to clean up, if we're really going to look at going from competing for a districts or making the districts to say, can we win the districts? Can we even make a run into a regional? You certainly have 3-4 players, which at this level, 3-4 players
raise your deductible.
Is what
Hi,
you
this
need
is John
to make
Valentine.
a strong run, right? If you've got 3 guys that can score at this level, then you can make a run. But you can't make a run when the games count, when you're throwing 7 balls to the person selling popcorn in the third row. So if I'm Coach Rinkus, I walk away saying, man, for as clean as the stat book's going to look, there's a few areas that we could be so much better at. And this game, though a 20-point win, nobody would ever complain about it, could have been 30 because you probably gave up 7 possessions
easily
of silliness.
Yeah.
That being said, as I told you off the air, my family, we do live in the West District. My daughters do go to the West Muskingum schools. as a member of that community, I would be really excited to see what the potential for this team is, because when you've got 4 legitimate players at the high school level, you can make some damage.
So they won 14 a year ago. Over under on that number.
I would take
this
the over.
Year? Yeah.
I haven't even seen the schedule.
Yeah.
In
the MVL, who they're going to be playing is those same teams every year, and that's always going to be tough. But if they can come out and play like this more often than not, 14 or more.
The thing that I like the most about their team is they have a little bit of everything. So let's go with the idea that everybody stays healthy, right? This is the whole Kansas City Chiefs mentality. Let's go with the idea that Mahomes doesn't get hurt. If everybody stays healthy, you've got, as we saw today, you got Jack Porter, who can truly do it all, right? He's a guard that can rebound, and when you have guards that can rebound, they can push tempo, and they can create things, have easy buckets on offense very easily. You got a very skilled post player in Noah Gray, right? Fairly decent size, but makes up for maybe being an inch or two short with his actual athleticism and his movement. You've got a spot-up shooter in Jake Allen. You got Gage Newsome, who's long and lengthy, and candidly will probably get overshadowed by those 3. But honestly, having that kind of an X factor right there is another issue to be thinking about. I just look at that, and really, if I'm in the West space, the real question is, can 2 of those sophomores over the course of the year become solid, dependable bench players? And if you're asking me over under 14 wins on the year, I'll take the over. But I will tell you, more importantly, is can you make a tournament run? 2 of those sophomores, if they solidify in that rotation, they can make a run.
Anton, 6'1", sophomore, one of those guys who got to start tonight, and his length, and then the other guy that came off the bench, Connor Pyman, 6'3", and a senior, a lot more length, and in the defense that they play as well helped that team up to a 20-point, 57-37 win. We want to thank our sponsors for tonight's opening contest: West 40 Auto Sales, Doan Ford, Patrons Buckeye Mutual Insurance, WB Green Insurance, Southeastern Med, Papa John's, and Valentine Insurance, and our guys that set up, tear down, and keep us on the air. Brett Klein, great job tonight getting us going here, and Jaron Aber, our camera guy, fantastic opening game today. You and AD, you're in midseason form already, buddy. I mean,
listen, good. I took a lot of air.
Better you than me.
I told you yesterday at the media meeting that I was ready to go today.
Hey, thanks for showing up tonight, and
hey, happy birthday, Coach.
Coach Pertusa.
Not the present that you wanted, but
hey, you take care. There'll be plenty more, buddy.
That's exactly right.
Coming up and just saying goodbye there as they head out to the bus. But yeah, Coach Pertusa's birthday day, didn't get what he wanted, but I think there's a few things there that he'll be happy that he can work with.
Yeah,
some of those young guys coming in. Final again tonight, 57-37 for the whole crew here. AD. And Brett and Jaron, I'm Bill Kafury. Next time we're on air, I think the home game, the Cats have home opener, St. Clairsville on the 9th. And we'll have that action for you here, and a couple of adjustments to the schedule, but we'll be off and running. Hope you continue to enjoy your November. December's on the turn.
That's right.
And we'll join you there. Bill Kafury and the crew, good night, everyone. See you next time.
Watching high school basketball from AVC Sports. Tonight's game is brought to you by Doan Ford, Patrons Buckeye Mutual Insurance, WB Green Insurance, West 40 Auto Sales, Southeastern Med, Valentine Insurance, and Papa John's of Cambridge.